So, good day everyone. I'm Eric Changinaldo, and today I will discuss about descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics is a branch of statistics that deals with summarizing and describing data. It provides insight into the basic features of the data set, helping us understand patterns, trends, and distributions. These areas of statistics includes various measures to describe data, such as measures of tendency, measures of variability, and measures of correlation. So, first we have measures of central tendency. First, we have a mean. The mean, often called the average, it is calculated by summing all values in a data set and dividing by the total number of values. It represents the typical or central value in the data. Number 2 is the median. The median is the middle value, middle, in a sorted data set. It divides the data into two equal halves, with half the values above and half below the median. It is less affected by outliers than the mean. Next is we have a mood. The mood is value that appears most frequently in a data set. It represents the most common typical value. There can be multiple modes in a data set. So example of mean, median, and mode. So the first is we have a mean. So take note that the mean is the average number. So for example, the mean of 4, 1, and 7 is equal to, we have to add the three numbers, which is 4 plus 1 plus 7, and then divided by 3 because there tatlo sila. So divided by 3 is equal to 12. So 4 plus 1 plus 7 is equal to 12 divided by 3. So the mean is equal to 4. Next is the median. So we have here an example with the same number. The median of 4, 1, and 7 is 4. Take note, the median is the middle number. So because why is 4? Because when the number are put in order 1, 4, and 7, so the number 4 is in the middle. Next is the mode. So mode, the most frequent number. So yung paulit-ulit na number. So as what you can see, the given number is 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, and 2. So the mode is 2. Siya lang yung madaming nare-repeat. So next is measures of variability. First is we have a range. The range is the best, simplest measure of variability. It is calculated by subtracting the smallest value from the largest value in data set. It represents overall spread of data. Next is the variance. The variance is a more complex measure variability that considers the deviation of each value from the mean. It is calculated by averaging the squared deviations of each value from the mean. And last, we have here standard deviations. So standard deviation is the square root of the variance. It measures the average amount of the deviation of each value from the mean. This commonly used measure of variability. Example of range, variance, and standard deviation. So let's say that ages 22, 25, 30, 28, and 24 as a given example. So first, we have to find the range. So the range is the difference between the maximum and the minimum values. So the maximum values of a given example is 30 and the minimum is 22. So i-subtract natin siya. Subtract because they say the difference. So range is equal to maximum minus minimum. So the maximum is 30 minus 22 is equal to 8. And then next is the variance. So we have to find the variance. The variance measure how to spread out the number r. So first, we need to calculate the mean or average. So the mean is equal to 22 plus 25 plus 30 plus 28 plus 24 over 5 because there are 5 ages is equal to 25.8. Then after that, we find the squared differences from the mean. So i-subtract natin siya sa from 22 to 24, subtract natin by the mean which is 25.8. And then after natin mag-subtract sa age at saka sa mean, we have to squared the answer. So first, we have our 22 minus 25.8, which is the mean, is equal to negative 3.8 squared. So pag square natin, the answer is 14.44. Next is we have here 25 minus 25.8 squared is equal to negative 0.8 squared is equal to 0.64. Next is 30 minus 25.8. So it's equal to 4.2 squared. And then 4.2 squared is equal to 17.64. And 28 minus 25.8 is equal to 2.2 squared is equal to 4.84. Take note that subtract muna natin siya bago natin i-square. That's why the result is 2.2. So the last is 24 minus 25.8 is equal to negative 1.8 squared is equal to 3.24. Now, calculate the variance using n minus 1 for sample variance. So, gamitin natin si n minus 1. So, variance. Dito na yung mga variance na mga answer. 14.44 plus 0.64 plus 17.64 plus 4.84 plus 3.24 all over 5 kasi 5 sila. 5 minus 1, si n is 5 then minus 1 is equal to 40.8 over 4. So 5 minus 1 is 4. Pag add natin to sila lahat, the answer is 40.8. Then 5 man si n then minus 1, so 4. So 40.8 minus divided by 4, the answer is 10.2. So for standard deviation, The standard deviation is square root lang natin si variance. So, the square root of 10.2 is equal to 3.19. So, nagkuha na natin yung standard deviation. So, that's the example of range, variance, and standard deviation. So, next is we have here understanding measures of correlation. So, correlation is a statistical measure that describes the strength and direction of the relationship between two variables. It ranges from -1 to +1, where -1 indicates a perfect negative correlation. +1 indicates a perfect positive correlation, and 0 indicates no correlation. Positive correlation. As one variable increases, the other variables also increases. Negative correlation. As one variable increases, the other variable decreases. No correlation. There is no relationship between two variables. So, let's go for types of correlation. Linear correlation. Linear correlation describes straight line relationship between variables. As one variable increases and the other increases or decreases at a constant rate. Nonlinear correlation. Nonlinear correlation describes a relationship between these variables that is not a straight line. This could be a curve, an exponential relationship, or other nonlinear patterns. Spurious correlation occurs when two variables appear to be correlated, but the relationship is not actually causal. This can happen due to unobserved variable influencing both variables. So, application of correlation analysis. So, correlation analysis is wide-ranging application of various fields, including business, identifying relationship between marketing campaigns and sales figures; finance, analyzing correlation between stock pieces and economic indicators; healthcare, studying the correlation between lifestyle factors and disease risk; social sciences, examining the relationship between social factors and human behavior. So, interpreting correlation result. It is important to remember correlation does not imply causation. Even if two variables are strongly correlated, it doesn't necessarily mean one causes the other. It's crucial to consider other factors and conduct further analysis to determine causation. First, we have a correlation coefficient. The correlation coefficient, often denoted by R, it is a numerical measure of correlation. It ranges from -1 to +1, indicating the strength and direction of the relationship between two variables. Number 2 is the p-value. The p-value represents the probability of obtaining the observed correlation coefficient if there was no actual correlation between the variables, as low p-value suggests that observed correlation is statistically significant. Last is the scatter plot. Scatter plot visually represents the relationship between two variables. It helps us identify the pattern of relationship, whether it's linear or non-linear or no correlation. So, that's my report. Thank you.